welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. The young lady sitting next to me found a niche that is so important. Her name is Rosie Buzatu,
Yes.
and it's always hope. Okay, we live in a crazy world, and I hate to say it this way, but there's nobody that you will ever meet that hasn't gone through some trauma.
That's right, yes.
So, what is Always Hope?
Always Hope is a counseling center to help people who have had trauma, maybe anxiety, depression, or have had someone that they have lost in their lives, and we help them bring hope back into their life.
Okay, so how long have you been around the industry?
27 years.
So you started when you were 2.
Yes, I did start when I was 2.
Okay. You know, and again, we talk about trauma and the world being strange.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when we sent you the invite, we sent you some links to videos. And I've done 70,000 of these. And the one you watch
I know, right?
I mentioned Father Coutier.
Yes.
And I met him, without exaggeration, probably 18, 19 years ago at an event where I was a speaker. He was a speaker. And you were close with him.
Yeah, he married me.
So
yeah.
how weird
Yeah.
is that over 70,000 interviews,
I know, right?
out of the 3 that we sent you?
Yes. Well, there's no coincidence ever in life. I believe that we're meant to be where we're meant to be.
Okay, so we were talking about trauma.
Yes.
Yeah, I had my trauma. I was molested as a
Yes.
kid. I was on my deathbed 3 times. Everybody goes through trauma. Is the hardest part for you getting people to open up about it?
I think sometimes it's hard, but people are looking for that space where they can feel safe, secure, and listened to. And once people feel that way, and they do open up. You know.
You know, it's interesting because my second wife slit her wrist in front of me. And I came from a normal family. And, well, as normal as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
I don't think there's normal families to
Yeah.
begin with.
And because I went through that, I went to a psychologist,
Yes.
or a psychologist, I think. And I had never gone. And it was very helpful for me.
Yes.
So I went there one time, and then she set up another appointment. And then when I went back to her office the second time, she wasn't there.
Oh.
I got stood
I'm
up
sorry.
by a psychologist.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Worse than being stood up for a date.
Yeah, serious. No, it is because
Yeah.
you've trusted this human being.
Right. So
You have, all these pieces of you.
I was so turned off about
Yeah,
that.
I bet.
So I never went
I'm
back.
sorry.
And I believe had I gone back, it would have been kind of helpful for me. Now, I was blessed as a kid, didn't talk about it for 42 years. I think what helped me there was speaking about it.
Yes.
Opening up and saying it happened. And most men don't talk about it.
No, exactly. Yes.
So, I don't know if do you believe that somebody would find it easier talking one-on-one to like a counselor like you?
I think so. Everybody's different, so somebody might not come and feel comfortable with me, but might feel comfortable with somebody else.
Right.
Or maybe they feel comfortable with a male than a female. It all depends. But yes, I do believe that coming to speak to someone that has the background of psychology and mental health can help in your journey, help in your healing process.
So this always was a thought through my mind. So they call you, they come to you,
Yes.
but there's no connection to you. So is it easier for them to talk because
Yeah, 100%.
there's no personal connection?
I think that too helps, and also it helps that they know that it is all confidentiality. There is no talking to anybody about anything. So when they come in, they have my undivided attention, and it is a safe place for them to just unload their trauma, their hurt, their pain, their anxiety, and have someone have their undivided attention and be there for them.
Well, you're
you
not.
know?
You correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not there to solve their problem.
No.
You're there to be an ear for them to talk to.
Yes.
Okay, and to get out the stuff that's in them that's causing this issue.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, I am not there to solve their problem. Of course not. I am an avenue, if you want to call a venue, for them to feel safe and secure, to discuss whatever is going on in their lives. And usually once you talk about it and you feel like this light bulb comes on, right? And you're like, oh yeah, that. Okay. So then we can also discuss certain things, some techniques maybe on how to relieve anxiety, or what else we can work together to always have healing in your life. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been in the media and journalism forever, 30 years. And as most of you know, I had a stroke. And what happens is, if I feel a tingle in my arm, now I get all this anxiety. I personally believe that's not healthy. Okay? How does one, in your opinion, deal with something like that? I mean, are there, for lack of a better word, tricks of the trade
Yeah,
to
there is.
deal with something like that without
Yes,
taking
there is.
a tranquilizer?
Yeah, yeah, there is. It's interesting because the body remembers what you went through. So even though you don't have the stroke, but your body remembers that you had the stroke.
Right.
So then we got to focus on how to bring the body to another space, in the sense of like not remembering, or trying to bring some peace into your body, so that even if you have something that triggers your body for a response, that you can have some more peace, not much anxiety about it. Does that make sense?
Yes, and it's funny because anxiety, I guess, comes in many forms.
Yes, it does.
I was just talking about anxiety about having a stroke, and I lost 40% of my lung function back in 2010, and every so often it'll be harder to breathe, and I'll have anxiety about that. Different type of anxiety. I'll plan a cruise, and the day before a cruise, you have anxiety, and it's a different kind of anxiety.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
an anxiety of, oh my God, I get packed and
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
That's an anxiety I can deal with day in and day out.
Yeah.
But the other anxiety is a hard time. The other thing that has to have kind of come to light in this day and age is depression.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
And it's not that I don't care, but it's not about the 30, 40-year-old depression. It's about the kids.
Yeah, yeah.
What ages do you work with?
I work from 10 to 99.
So, yeah, those 99-year-old kids, whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
But-
but the 10-year-olds, yes.
They deal with
Yes,
bullying,
they deal with so much.
peer
Yes,
pressure,
Yes.
and I think, I hate to say it, but I think that our generation brought that to them, because we didn't have that. First of all, we lived in a better world. We had better music, for sure.
For sure, I agree.
Okay? And we did the exercise, because we were always outside playing. You know, you see the meme constantly. Our thing was, we were out at sunrise, basically.
And we didn't come
when
home,
the sun
right?
started to set, we knew we had to be home.
Yeah.
Okay, if my mom wanted to call me, she'd call me on her cell phone, she yelled out the window. Okay? So, the younger kids, 10 to 16, 17, I think a lot of their anxiety and angst comes from their peer pressure and school.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
And
is bullying a big part of what you have to deal with?
yes, it is. It is. And also a big part of what I have to deal with is because the parents say, "Oh, I gave him a cell phone.
Right.
He's going to be fine or she's going to be fine." But there's nothing that will take away from parenting your kid,
Oh, without a doubt.
you know?
I have an issue with school curriculum wanting to parent your kid.
Yes.
Okay, you have to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go out to eat and I'll see a family of 4, and every one of them's on the phone. They're not talking. They're not. We've lost that personal connection.
Yeah.
Do you think that can bring anxiety?
100%. 100%, because your brain is focused so much on the phone and it is constant. So your brain is not wired to always be on. It needs time to have a time to slow down, relax, and then be able to process the information that is being given to you on your phone. And if you're 10 or 11 or 13 or whichever age you're young, your brain's still not developed. So you do need that time off and the parents' guidance to teach the kids that what is going on, what is those emotions, what did you find or what did you see, so that you can process it, so your brain can process it.
I'm 66 and my brain's still not developed.
Yeah.
And I would give anything to have my mom and dad to work with me at this stage of my life. How fast we're here, how fast we're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a totally different kind of depression. Like my mom passed away in August of last year, it's almost a year. And
I'm sorry about your mom.
what happened? Yes, she was 90. We were her caregivers for the last 4 years, so we had closure. There are some people that don't get that closure.
Yeah.
Okay, and that closure, I hate to say, because we're all going to pass.
Yeah, we're all.
That closure is a blessing.
It is.
You know,
It is.
My wife and I laugh about my mom eating 3 eggs every day and some of the things that she said. And for her 90th birthday, we bought her a full-size slot machine because so that kind of takes away that depression.
Yes.
The slot machine was expensive, and we thought about selling it, but we chose not to because it was Mom.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the slot machine in my office at home, and on top is a small urn with her ashes, because she was interned in the wall with her ashes, but I took some out. The grandkids wanted a little bit. My brother got a little bit. I got a little bit that is in a necklace that I usually wear, but since I had the surgery, I can't wear a necklace right now. And then I have a heart-shaped little urn that sits on top of the slot machine. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't play that slot machine until I win something.
Yeah.
It could be a free spin or whatever.
All right.
And I have it set on easy. So, but it's my connection to my mom.
Yes, of course. Of
And it
course,
takes
that
away-
connection to your mom.
One of the interesting things about you is that you're bilingual.
Yes, I'm bilingual. Yes.
So
That-
that's, I mean, it's probably tempering down now, but if you only speak Spanish, that's got to be kind of frustrating going out to the grocery store or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
So, I mean, how does one get over depression, anxiety? Grief is grief.
Yeah, grief is
And
grief.
the only way to get over grief, in my opinion, is time.
Yeah.
And a good
And-
example,
And I don't think you get off. I don't think you get out of being in grief. You just learn to live without the person.
everybody handles grief differently.
Yes.
What's interesting is my daughter, my first wife, my daughter's mom, my daughter was super close with her mom, and her mom had been very sick. 3 kidney transplants, 2 heart attacks, 2 strokes. When her mom passed away, there was nobody there to put the funeral stuff together. So my daughter didn't have time to grieve. So she did everything. Well, on the 1-year anniversary, it kicked in. And I'm very close with my daughter. She lives in D.C. We have not spoken since October. Now, we've texted, but we've not spoken. And her philosophy is she's mad. She's mad that she can talk to me, but she can't talk to her mother. And that's how she's grieving.
Yeah.
And I don't, it's hard for me because
Yeah.
I'm so close to my daughter.
Yeah.
And I don't want to overstep my bounds because she needs to do her grieving. You know, but it pisses me off because you lost your mom, and now I just had 2 strokes. You would think, and then I mean, she has access to my records and everything,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she can call the hospital and I'll tell her
Yeah.
everything. And she's called every day. She had called every day, but she's dealing with the grief, and I gotta let her find her way.
Yeah, you gotta let her.
But
find
that
her.
gives me depression. So one thing
Yeah.
causes another thing,
Yeah,
and it makes
exactly.
it very, very difficult.
Yes, yes.
You know, but she lost her grandmother in August, and October she lost her mom. So that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yes.
Yeah. Is that how
Yeah.
it was?
That's a lot.
Well,
yes.
she lost her mom in October, and then the following August she lost her grandmother. That's a lot. I mean, she's 34, going to be 35. But I really try to pull myself back. As long as she texts me, and in her text is always "I love you." Last week she texted me, I guess it was Father's Day. And she texted me and she said, "I'm going to call you this week," but she didn't call. If I didn't understand or try to understand what she's
That's
going
right.
through,
That's right.
I would have been really upset.
You would be angry. Yes.
Right. Now I'm just hurt,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I have to let it go.
Yeah.
So,
Do you see? That's great that you understand that, because some people wouldn't understand.
okay, I've been through a lot in my life, and I try to understand it. I try. In the past, I would react instead of act. And it's ironic because when I was a kid and I was younger and I was dating, when I went out with someone, one of the things that I asked them to do is put a piece of tape on their antenna of their car. And they said, "Why?" Like your face. They said, "Well, because I know if I came to your house and the tape was on the antenna, I'd go in, everything would be normal. If you were upset, you would take that tape off. I'd come, I see there's no tape. As a guy, I was like, oh, what did I do wrong this time?" And, but I would take a time outside to do my count to 3,
Yeah.
because nobody wants to be attacked.
That's right. That's right.
And I'd know something was wrong, so when I went inside, I wouldn't just react. I would have it in my mind, calmer heads prevail, let's figure it out and we'll work it out. And as stupid as it sounded, it made sense to everybody once I explained it to them. You know, so I already had my pre-warning. We're getting to the top of our time. How do people find you? You got a website?
I have a website. It's www.alwayshope.com.
Two
L's, because I wanted people to know that there is always hope. So that's why I used 2 L's instead of 1.
Okay.
So that's one way they can reach me.
And you have a phone number?
Yes, I do have a phone number.
We can put it up on the
Yeah,
screen
please
if you don't
do.
know by heart. There's a lot of people that
No,
don't know
because
by
a
heart.
lot of people go on the website and then they ask for information, so that's really mainly how
Right.
people find
The
me.
website is probably the best way to find
Yeah,
you.
it is. It is.
You know, you have such a niche spot in this world
Thank you. Thank you.
that, and you're human like the rest of us, so you go through grief, you go through
Yes,
anxiety, you go
yes.
through the same things.
Yes.
I'm an empath. So when I'm in a room with a bunch of people or one person and they're going through stuff, I feel it. It took me years to figure out I was an empath, and now it's taking me years to learn how to compartmentalize everything that's coming at me.
Yes.
And as silly as it sounds, it's a true fact. I thought it was the most ridiculous thing when someone told me they were an empath. I said, "What the hell's that?" But now I know, and you know, I have my own beliefs, and I'm a giver, and we try to help as many
Yes,
people as we
yes,
can.
yes.
Actually, the truth matters, when I was growing up, I always thought I would be a child psychologist or a social worker, because I have that need to want to give back.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So one more time, the website.
It's www.alwayshope.com
With
with 2
2
L's.
L's.
With 2 L's.
Everybody, always use a professional. Okay.
Yes, please.
With that, we'll be right back. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me. I look